Welcome, everybody. So I thought I'd start by doing a quick survey by show of hands. So raise your hand if you've used AI in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, everyone. Okay. Now, raise your hand if at any time while doing this, you sort of turn your thinking over to AI. Okay. And last but not least, raise your hand if this had you slightly worried about the future of your work. Yeah, okay. You're not alone. Okay, so my name is Jesper Fernström. I'm an Agile advisory consultant. I run my own company, Transpected App. Very proud of that. And I happen to find AI extremely fascinating. I'm also a huge fantasy and science fiction fan. So today I'm going to combine all of this in giving you some solid advice on how to use AI based on science fiction and fantasy. It's still good advice, don't worry. Let's see here if we can get this to work. Almost. Maybe like this. Yeah, okay. So this is the full quote. Once, men turned their thinking over to the machines in hope that it would set them free. But that only permitted other men with machines to enslave them. So for you, those of you who don't know Frank Herbert, he's the author of the Dune book series. If you haven't read the books, maybe you've seen the movies. And if you haven't, you're missing out on some great sci-fi. Anyway, this is from his first book about Dune, written all the way back in 1965. But it does take place like 10,000 years into the future. So of course he knows what he's talking about. Anyway, today I see a lot of people and organizations happily experimenting in the first part of this quote, trying to use AI for everything. But I'm slightly worried, and I think some other people are as well, that maybe Frank Herbert was onto something here with the second part. Do we risk becoming enslaved to other men with machines, you know, the owners of AI? Or possibly even something worse? And I believe that the answer to that question lies in the proper use of magic. This is another Arthur C. Clarke, also a famous sci-fi author. You might know him from 2001, A Space Odyssey. But he's also known for Clarke's 3 laws. And this is the third law, which states that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And I mean, that's pretty much where we are today. I mean, we can literally talk to our tech and make it do stuff. You know, if you know your prompt engineering, you can write or say the proper spell to perform technological magic. So these days, anyone can become a technomage. And social media is full of examples of what you can do as a technomage. Some of it is true, some of it is not just hype. However, most of us, when we see this, want to use this magic for ourselves because we do see the potential. It could save, it could really set us free. You know? It could save us a lot of time by saving us a lot of effort or possibly even a lot of money. However, just as in fantasy, this magic is a little bit unpredictable and perhaps not entirely safe, especially if used the wrong way. And, you know, we're all new to this. I mean, even the magic is new, it's evolving rapidly, and we're bound to make mistakes along the way. Which brings me to this. Magic in the world of Agile. And I'm going to sort of mimic a demo that I've seen a couple of times for a few different platforms like Jira and Azure DevOps. And it goes something like this. As the product owner, I get the title for an epic. What do? I feed this title into my AI and have it write the full epic. Description, business case, you know, everything. Just And while I'm at it, why not just break it down into features, break it down into stories, add the acceptance criteria, everything that you would need. And from a technological standpoint, and time saving, effort saving, money saving perspective, this is amazing. I mean, you have to agree, it's pretty cool. And I no longer need to spend hours, days, maybe even weeks, building my backlog, refining it, even thinking about it. I just feed it to the AI. And you know what the really cool part is? I can give all of this to the developers, and they create the tasks using magic. We don't even have to discuss the stories. We don't need to look at them. We don't even need to think about them. Just feed it all to the AI. And this is usually where I stop the demo, whatever it is. And I'm like, oh, come on. Because I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. In our eagerness to then save time, effort, money, we're basically handing everything over to the AI. Our thinking, our autonomy, our creativity, we're giving it all up. And what we're doing here is actually asking for someone else to give us a detailed instruction of exactly what to do and how to do it. This is big design up front in a true command and control, top-down, waterfall fashion. And AI is there to support us in every other step of the waterfall as well, if we want to. And I do believe that we agreed a long time ago that this is not the right way to do things. I hope you all agree with that, because you'd be right. However, consider all the bad agile that you've seen or heard of out there, or even experienced yourselves. And then combine that with the fact that this is the sales pitch of those other men with machines, the owners of AI. Then you realize that there's going to be a lot of bad magic going on in the world. And it's already happening. Which brings us back to the original quote and question. Do we risk becoming enslaved or even worse? And my answer to that is short-term, yes, if we do it like this. Because giving up your thinking, handing it over to someone else, makes you obsolete. It removes the primary reason for you to be part of whatever we're doing. And these days, maybe the only reason for you to be part of what we're doing. And you've already seen this happening. It's not because maybe of your choice, but you've seen the companies already stating on LinkedIn and stuff, we're going all in agile, no more humans. Crap. However, you might also see that some of these companies are already backpedaling on those statements. And do you know why? I'll tell you. Because we're doing it wrong. Using magic to think goes against the fundamental fabric of all magic ever. If you look at fantasy literature, have you ever heard of a wizard, witch, sorcerer, whoever that uses magic, use the magic for thinking? No, they don't. Not even the most powerful of them do. They think for themselves, and then they use their magic to create or change things. And so should we. So, to all of you potential techno-mages in the room, go ahead, use the magic, but not for thinking. Thank you.